Good evening and welcome to Assignment 4 Capstone, Business 499. My name is Paul Fox and I'm giving this presentation under the direction of Dr. Manuel B. Janikin Sr. and I'd like to welcome everyone this evening. What we're going to discuss tonight is the overall business plan for Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Company. And there's several different areas that we'll discuss throughout this briefing. And I will ask that you hold all questions till the end of the briefing, and I'll be certainly happy to ask you. There's several things we want to discuss. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine the impact of the company's mission, vision, and primary stakeholders, and the overall success as a competitive employer within the motorcycle industry. Secondly, we're going to look at a SWOT analysis for the company and determine its major strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Next, we're going to base some information off of that SWOT analysis, and we're going to outline a strategy that the company can capitalize on its strengths and its opportunities and maximize on its weaknesses and threats. Next, we're going to discuss various levels and types of strategies the firm may use to maximize its competitiveness and profitability. Then we're going to outline a communication plan that the company can use to make the strategies you recommended that we will talk about earlier, and a communication plan for the stakeholders so we can be profitable and we can move forward. And then this brief, it's an executive level brief that I plan on giving to the stakeholders so they can understand what the state of Harley-Davidson is. And then lastly but not least, we will discuss the corporate ethic responsibilities of Harley-Davidson and what it has as a business to society and those around. So going right into it, the first thing we're going to do is talk about the mission statement, the primary stakeholders, and the vision. The vision of Harley-Davidson, it's an action-oriented international company, a leader in its commitment to continuous improvement of a mutual beneficial relationship with stakeholders, which are customers, suppliers, employees, stakeholders, shareholders, government, and society itself. Harley-Davidson believes that the key to success is to balance stakeholder interest through the empowerment of all its employees to focus on value-added activities. The crucial success factors for Harley-Davidson's vision statement is that it reflects the company value and a business strategy. There are 5 main components of the vision statement that focuses on action-oriented business, international scope, leadership and stakeholders management, and employee empowerment. And last, value-added activities. Next, we'll look at the mission statement. The mission statement is we fulfill dreams through an experience of motorcycling by providing motorcyclists with the general public an expanding line of motorcycles, branding, products, and services in a selected market segment. The success of Harley-Davidson's mission statement is that the company is not just a business of selling transportation, but to compete in a market substitute as automobiles and public transportation become more and more prominent. Harley-Davidson is in the business of fulfilling dreams and providing an opportunity to create an experience and memories through the joy of riding motorcycles. Now we're going to determine some of the major impact the company has, on there. And then we're going to talk about the different stakeholders that we have. The primary stakeholders that Harley-Davidson has is the capital market stakeholders. Harley-Davidson's success has been achieved through the effectiveness of the company's focus on its capital market shareholders, needed through its corporate social responsibility strategies. In Harley-Davidson's case, the stakeholders have a significant influence in the customer's perception of the company. Harley-Davidson brand and the products it provides to the customers. By satisfying the stakeholders' interest, The stakeholders then give support to Harley-Davidson's competitiveness and sustainability. The next stakeholders we'll take a look at are the product market stakeholders. As the corporate market stakeholders, Harley-Davidson also focuses on its product market stakeholders through its CRS strategy, that's corporate social responsibility strategies. Harley-Davidson's program prioritizes stakeholder groups as follows: arranged according to significance, customers, top-ranking stakeholders, communities, environmentalists, and suppliers. And the third type of stakeholder we're going to discuss is the organizational stakeholder. Organizational stakeholders such as Harley-Davidson Foundation and the Harley Owners Group, HOG, are just two organizations that contribute to the success of Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson's Foundation was created and developed partnerships with the communities around the dealerships. Their mission is to meet the basic needs of the community where we work, improve the lives of our stakeholders, and encourage social responsibility. We pursue partnerships in charity organizations that help invest in education, health, and environment. HOG is a marketing group operated by Harley-Davidson Motorcycle for enthusiasts riding Harley-Davidson brand. It is Harley-Davidson's oldest community building group. Created in 1983, HOG is Harley-Davidson's strategy to build a stronger relationship between Harley-Davidson's customer base, the company, its employees, and the community. Next, we're going to take a look at the SWOT analysis that was conducted for Harley-Davidson and determine its major strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and its threats. Harley-Davidson's strengths, which is an internal strategic factor. Harley-Davidson's strengths are primarily linked to the company's brand image and the chopper motorcycle market culture. This element of the SWOT analysis identifies the internal strategic factors that contribute to the firm's capability for growth and development. In Harley-Davidson's case, the most significant factors are a strong brand name, strong base of loyal customers, and expertise within the custom motorcycle production. Next, we'll look at Harley-Davidson's weaknesses. Harley-Davidson is another internal strategic factor. Harley-Davidson's weaknesses are based on the current limited focus of the business. This element of the SWOT analysis tackles the internal strategic factors that prevent the company from maximizing its performance. The following Harley-Davidson most notable weaknesses: narrow product mix, limited market reach, and limited supply chain. And what does that mean? Well, Harley-Davidson's narrow product mix is a weakness because it prevents Harley from reaching the more marketplaces. For example, the company focuses mainly on choppers and custom motorcycles. Harley-Davidson is also weak because most of its sales are generated in North America. The company has insignificant, non-existent sales in a lot of the developing countries. In relation, Harley-Davidson has a limited supply chain that hampers the potential expansion of global motorcycles. Next, we're going to look at their opportunities for Harley-Davidson. Now we're shifting over to external strategy factors. Harley-Davidson's opportunities are related to the global motorcycle market potential. This element of the SWOT analysis identifies external strategic factors that can facilitate business growth and development. Harley-Davidson's most significant opportunities are as follows: global expansion, product diversification, and alliance with complementary businesses. Harley-Davidson has an opportunity to expand, especially in developing markets. Also, the company can broaden its product mix to include more diverse arrays of motorcycles and related products. In addition, Harley-Davidson has the opportunity to establish business alliances increase its market reach, similar to its partnership with Lehman Trikes. As shown in this element of the SWOT analysis, Harley-Davidson has a significant opportunities to grow in the business, especially internationally. Okay, and the fourth part of the SWOT analysis we're going to look at is the threats. Again, the threats are an external strategic factor. The threats facing Harley-Davidson are based on market trends and legal structures. This element of the SWOT analysis covers the external strategic factors that could reduce the company's performance. The following are notable threats against Harley-Davidson: aggressive competition, limitations, and increasing preference for electric vehicles. Aggressive competition threatens Harley-Davidson. For example, Toyota and another motorcycle manufacturer are aggressive in selling low-cost products. Harley also faces the threat of imitations, especially now that other companies are offering custom chopper bikes. Moreover, the environmentalism trend has a negative impact on Harley, whose product brands are known for internal combustion engines. In this element of the SWOT analysis, Harley-Davidson must implement product innovation strategies to address the threats in the businesses. That concludes that portion of the SWOT analysis, and we've gone through there. The next thing I want to talk about is to go back and really try to capitalize on the strengths and the weaknesses. Harley-Davidson primary internal strengths are the result of the company's highly successful brand, imaging of the motorcycle industry. Established 115 years ago, Harley is currently ranked fifth as the world's largest motorcycle manufacturer, and number one in American-made motorcycles. In addition to the strong branding, Harley-Davidson has also developed a loyal customer following and is renowned for one of the leading manufacturer experts in the production of custom motorcycles. And then the weaknesses that Harley really needs to take a look at. Many of the weaknesses are a result of the internal, the strategic factors that limit their focus within the custom motorcycle business, preventing the company, therefore, taking full advantage of their branding. As a result, Harley continues to focus on a select product mix, which prevents the company from reaching the most significant segment in the market. A second weakness aligns with their limited market weakness as a result of the company's apprehension to move globally. One of the big things Harley has not moved into at this point is sport bikes. They have the cruiser line that they're number one in the world with, but they really need to start looking at diversifying into the sport bike so they can get a whole new market value. The next thing I want to talk about, I want to discuss various levels of the types and levels of strategy the firms that Harley can use to implement a new strategy to move forward in this economy. The first one I'm going to talk about is a corporate level strategy. This level answers the foundation questions of who do we want to achieve? Is it growth? Is it stability? Is it retrenchment? The second level is business level strategy. This level focuses on how are you going to compete? Will it be tough? Will it be through customer intimacy, product or service leadership, or the lowest total cost? What's the differential based on? And the third is the market level. This strategy focuses on how you're going to grow. Will it be through market penetration, market development, product and service development, or diversification? First thing I want to talk about, so the different types of strategies. First, you have in leaderships. We have cost leadership. Cost leadership means it's offering the best price for the products. Today's globalization market price is a significant factor in selling to your customers. Big box stores use generic models for pricing, keeping costs lower than most. Digital marketplace don't require major retail overhead. and brick and mortar stores do. And then cost leadership strategy considers the cost to make the goods, transport, and deliver them to the customer. The price point is further affected whether the supplies are readily available or the cost of your business to switch to a supplier or vendor if the prices became too high. For example, a wooden toy manufacturer might use specific wood to make the company's toys. If that wood becomes unavailable, then obviously he's going to look for a different type of wood. He can't continue to lose profitability because he's outpriced in his product. The next type we're going to look at is differentiation. When a product isn't the least expensive on the market, but businesses need to find a way to differentiate themselves, identify the features and benefits of the product or service that make it worth or more money. For example, a Mercedes is more expensive than a Honda. While many may buy the Honda for the price of the reliability, the Mercedes has a differential itself in the luxury automobile. Automobiles are higher, and that information is out there in many different sources. The next one we want to take a look at is focused low cost. Focused low cost strategy is similar to cost leadership, where the company is trying to beat the competitors' prices. However, in this business strategic level, the business is focusing on market efforts in a specific way. This is most commonly seen when companies target government contracts. It needs to beat the competitor's price while it isn't trying to beat the general consumer pricing. The next one we'll look at is focus differential. Focus differentiation takes the differentiation strategy one step further, and it finds the added value of products and services and then targets the smaller market niche. For example, a travel company may not be able to compete with the online travel sites for hotels and airfare. However, it might be able to target families seeking kid-friendly cruises or business travelers who need accommodations for conferences. This type of focus differentiation helps the business to find a niche where it's profitable and not competing solely on price. Then we come to integrated low-cost differentiation. This business level strategy combines the low cost with the differentiation. This model is becoming increasingly popular in the global markets because it follows flexibility in both price and added value. While it is necessary to successful strategy for large corporations such as Southwest Airlines, executing this strategy requires finding the sweet spot of a price and a value. In Southwest's case, it offers low price airfare with easy travel, access to flights, and in non-flight perks. For small business owners, the sweet spot must be competitive in price. Though not necessarily the lowest, it must have a value-added component for the customers to justify the cost. Next, we're going to look at the outlined communication plan. This is a communication plan that Harley-Davidson's been working on, and they're rolling out a new global market campaigning, and it's called Live Your Legend, aimed at increasing the demand and brand awareness. One of the problems Harley-Davidson has right now is that most of their core market customers are baby boomers. Baby boomers are now an older generation, and what's happening is they're not replacing the motorcycles that they bought years ago. So they're losing this market value, and they're losing this dedicated baby boomer customer base. So now they've got to go out, they've got to spend money, they try to get the children of the baby boomers, they got to get these millennials to come out here and understand the Harley-Davidson is a brand. It may be a little more expensive, but here's what you're getting for that brand. So they want to spark a moment for the riders and the non-riders alike. They want to start living the legacy and start living on their own terms. So go out there and get a new generation of Harley-Davidson riders out there. The company is increasing its customers facing market investments by 65% compared to 2000 back in 2015, which was largely focusing on the sport. The country was focusing on sport motorcycles and boosting product brand, but Harley wasn't doing that. So now they're looking at trying to get into the sport bikes, and they're trying to boost that part of it, and they're really trying to sink some money into a new marketing plan to rebrand themselves, not just as a medium, large touring and cruising motorcycle, but also get that younger millennials who want to have the sport bike. And basically what they're saying is we're changing our playbook and taking action. And this is one of the few crown jewels of the plan that coming up in the future years, is to redesign themselves for more demand of Harley-Davidson motorcycles. And right now, about 2 to 3% of the population ride motorcycles, and Harley-Davidson wants to make sure that they get their hands on those customers. And it's their responsibility to bring more riders into the fold. And again, they want them to live the dream. They want to live the Harley-Davidson dream. In addition to increasing the awareness of the campaign, serves as a platform to introduce new products, such as the Lowrider, a couple of other, an S motorcycle, and in the upcoming future, Harley-Davidson plans to spend about $40 million in measured media. This concludes my briefing for this evening. I hope that I've provided you information and you're able to go forward and make a good business decision on whether or not what Harley-Davidson's strategy should be in the future. Again, my name is Paul Fox. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much.